welcome to my channel. My name is Pamela and this is Teacher Pamela Plans, where we do everything from crafting to planning to teaching ideas and so much more. And today I am back, everybody. Woo woo! I know it's been a really long time since I've posted on my channel, but I really wanted to come back for the new year and just have a fresh start with everything. So here we are. Please like and subscribe so that we can do more videos just like this one. All right, everybody, let's get started. This is my planner lineup for 2025. I am super pumped about this new year and what it's going to bring. So I'm going to go through my catch-all in detail. And then the other things I'm going to kind of briefly describe the extra things that I'm going to be doing. Most of my stuff is in my catch-all, and then I have some little bits and pieces in my other planners here that I'm going to show you. All right, the first thing I'm going to start with is goals. I think it's very important for us to have goals. This year for my goals, I'm once again not changing it up. I'm going to be using Makselife. Okay, I use the companion notebooks. I really like the way this is all set up. I'm going to show you here. I've been working really hard on getting my goals in place, what I'm going to be doing this year. So I did the 2024 reflections. So I have all that here completed. And then I'm using the 2024, like all my goals and things, to make my new goals for 2025. I haven't made my goals yet, but I'm working on it. So I'm in the process right now of figuring all that out. If you're not familiar with Makselife, they use 8 areas of life for you to create your goals with. This year I'm kind of working on a little bit of more of just very simplistic goals where it's just one solid goal, maybe 2 for each of the areas, and then action plans for each of those goals, and then a couple extra action plans just within that area just to continue habits. So that's what I'm looking at doing this year if you're interested. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be posting on my channel, just simply because I didn't get a whole lot of views in that. So it makes me wonder, are people interested in that? If you are interested in seeing my goal planning and my ideas for that, please comment down below and let me know. I want to post things that people are interested in. I want to be consistent about my posts, but I don't want to add in all the extra fluff for people because it's a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, and if people aren't watching it, then I'm just not interested in posting it. My purpose for posting is to help others out that are wanting some ideas and things like that. So if there's any ideas that you have even outside of the goals or whatever you see here, please let me know what you're interested in so that way I make sure that those things are posted. In the past, I will say that I've had interest in my planning routine. I will definitely put something in there as far as my planner routine is concerned. All right, so that is what I'm planning on for the companion notebook. Loving it, and I just like how it works. All right, so that's for my goals. And this year I also purchased, so I already had the Makselife markers. They're just the regular markers with the highlighters in them. I already had those, love them. They're in each of the different colors, and each of the colors are labeled with the different areas of life. I added the dot markers this year, so I will definitely be using those a little bit more. And so far, I really like them. So these are the dot markers that they have. Same thing, but it's a dot on one side and then just a regular marker on the other side. All right, so that's what I'm planning on for that. Okay, then for my creativity, I have a couple things that I'm going to be doing for creativity this year. And one of them is my beautiful TA. This is my wonderful TA that I am going to be using. This is a Carpe Diem. It's TN. Traveler's notebook. So I didn't want to use the real leather. It's expensive. I wanted to keep it kind of budget friendly. And so I am in the Cuties. It's a fun crafting group. They post videos about all sorts of things. I will put the link down below. Love it. You should join. That's all I'm going to say about that. This is their little charm that they gave us. And this year, what we're going to be doing is a TN. And with that, we created our own little cutie town or crafty town, and it is so adorable. So this is my setup so far for 2025. I have the Traveler's Company notebooks. That's what I did choose to use those. And then here's the inside. I'll just flip through a little bit. I've got some little vinyl stickers in here, a couple extras that I'm going to add actually to the inside. And here's the little cutie. Loving it. They gave us this little brochure if you signed up for the extras. And I got this, and look at how glossy and beautiful it is. So this year's theme, what we're doing is we're just going around to the different activities in town. It's kind of like the Gilmore Girls. And so I'm super excited for just crafting in this and creating a little theme. So I chose the Traveler's Notebook with the calendar pages. So I'm going to have the calendar separate. So this whole thing is going to be all the calendar pages. And then I'm adding in what we're doing on each day. So we have our weekly What's Up every Monday. And then there's other shows or videos that you can watch throughout if you're one of the cuties. So little crafting ideas and all sorts of stuff. And so I'm super excited about that. So this is going to be, I'm doing it by quarter. So this is my winter theme. And I've already started a little bit of it. Well, it's January and we're doing sledding and cocoa as the theme. So here's the map of the town, just like the Gilmore Girls. And since the theme is snow and sledding and cocoa, this is like kind of the first little page that I created. And that's all I've done so far. So I'm using this dot grid TN. I like dot grid. This I kind of, since I'm doing it by quarter, I just have little post-its where the end of that month will be, the next month will begin. And then, so this will be January, February, and March. And that is that. So I'm super excited about just getting crafty with that. Oh, and I forgot this is the little tab that they gave us too. Again, I ordered this separately. So from craftydestinations.com if you're interested in joining the cuties. Super fun. I'm going to be doing a junk journal, quote unquote, not totally. All right. So what does that mean, right? I'm going to be doing a moon journal is what I'm going to do. So I got this gorgeous, oh my gosh, look at that. You can see it. A gorgeous, gorgeous journal from Archer and Olive. And I'm super excited because this is a Blackout journal. So this is going to be so fun. This is going to be my moon journal. And it's got dot grid in it. I don't know if you can see. Their paper is just so high quality. It's gorgeous, beautiful. So I'm really excited for this. So what I mean by a junk journal, kind of, sort of, is I'm going to be doing some pages in there that are, you know, just artsy journal pages. Then I'm going to be journaling in there also. I'm going to be kind of creating goals by the phases of the moon. And I have this Living Lunarly. Now, I don't totally go by this completely. I'm not completely in the moon phases of everything, but I do enjoy kind of creating my goals along with the moon phases and doing some fun self-care within the moon phases. I have a couple little supplies things that I'm going to be using with it. So I have this stamp set that I got also from Archer and Olive. It comes with a stamp block and it comes with black ink, which isn't going to help me because I'm using a Blackout. But super cute, like, love the stamp set that I ordered. I'm going to be using these Jelly Roll pens. So I have these different colors and then, of course, white. And they have them in all the different sizes, which I love. 0.5, 0.8, and 0.1. I got 2 of those. And then this is the Living Lunarly that I'm going to kind of be going by in order to create my pages. So what I like about this is that it has the different phases of the moon, but it has the different kinds of moon, and that's kind of what I'm going to be focused on. And it tells you what each of those moons means. So like, for example, the wolf moon is for January, and it was named after the wolves that would howl for their winter meal. It reminds us to get in touch with our intuition and animal instinct and to acknowledge what we may be hungry for in our own life. So I'm going to be focusing on in January, what am I hungry for in my own life? So really you're setting those goals up for that. And then snow moon is stillness and quiet reflection. Then the sap moon is self-love, and it goes on. So I'm going to kind of be focusing on those things, as well as focusing on, with my goals, the same kind of idea. So I'm going to start out focusing on what I really want in life. That's going to be my main goal that I'm focusing on in January. So all my little areas of life are going to kind of lean into that as well, if that makes sense. So to explain my goals a little bit more, I bought this sticker journal. This is by Elise Burns, and I'm not totally using this, but I'm using it to supplement. Okay, so this has 6 areas of life in it, and I'll show you. It's got beautiful like place to put your goals in it, and all kinds of stuff, but it's got 6 separate areas of life that it focuses on. And so I'm going to kind of use those as my focus for each month. So I'm going to do them twice, really. Some of them, like budget, finance, is not an area of life that I'm going to super hone in on and focus on, probably more than once. But some of these, like health, I could really use a lot of help with, and so I'll probably focus on them more than one month. Home, I really want to get things organized, so I'll focus on that probably more than one month. And so these areas I'm going to kind of use to kind of enhance my goal system. So I'll probably do, like, I'll show you an example. This is the home section, and there's like a little check-in. So I'll probably do that before the month that I kind of focus on that. And then what would you want in your ideal home? A home journal, seasonal spruce ups, just things to focus on. And then it has this chore tracker, just different ideas of things to kind of organize and plan out. There's a declutter challenge, so I am going to be doing a 30-day challenge each month, something different. So whatever the goal is for that month is going to be my challenge. So just that kind of thing. Projects, action plan. This is just like a little supplement. So I'm going to be using that for my little areas of life. She also has out, speaking of, this is just a little supplement extra thing on the side. She has out this beautiful coloring book, and I want to just practice on self-care, relaxing, coloring. And what I really like about this coloring book is that it's got swatches over here. So you don't have to finish your coloring all in one day. You can write down the details of the swatches that you used, and then you can come back to it later. The other thing I like about this is that the swatches are on one side, so you have a full page here. These pages rip out, so you can rip them out if you want to, but also, like, you know, if you get a little bit on the other side, if it bleeds through, it's not a big deal because it's just a swatch on the other side. It's not like it's another picture on the other side. So I really like that, so I'll be using that as just a fun extra. Last thing is my catch-all. Ta-da! Okay, so for the most part, I have this kind of set up. I'll do another video where I go through, I have all the pages in there, I should say. I'm going to go through an actual setup coming up. Most of what I use is Jane's Agenda. If you've watched my channel before, this is a wrap cover from Jane's Agenda. Basically, you know, all these things are from Jane's Agenda subscription box. These actually I got on Etsy. These are rose gold 1.5 inch discs. Jane does not do 1.5, and so then therefore I buy my discs typically separately. She does do some 2-inch discs as well as 1.25 inch discs. And the 2-inch sometimes I seem to find are a little bit too big, and the 1.25 are definitely not big enough. So I like a good 1.5. That's a good compromise for me. So this I'm just gonna kind of peek through. There's some of my dashboards. This is my contents page. So I have 8 sections within my catch-all. I have my inbox, my goals, my self-care schedule, faith, home, finance, and notes. So those are my 8 sections. I created this myself through Canva, and all the vellums that you see that are similar to this, I created on Canva. This is going to be my word of the year. It's bold 2025, and it's in bold print. It's an adjective showing the ability to take risks, confident and courageous. So that is what I'm working on this year. Then I have my inbox. So in my inbox section, which if you look back at my contents page, so I'm going to kind of reference my contents page a little bit here throughout as I show you the different areas. I have a this week, so this is where I usually put my schedule for the week on either a dashboard like this, tip in, or I'll put it on the actual inbox page here. So I created this as well on Canva and loving it. I just like the clear acetate. This is Jane's agenda. Beautiful dashboard. Just gorgeous. Strong woman. Okay. And then I have my planner routine here. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I will do another video where I talk about my planner routine. So I'm not going to do that today. All right. So I have a little tip in here so that I can find a page finder, if you will, in order to find that page of where my planner routine is so that I can go through it each day, month, week, etc. I have my brain dump trigger. So I have a list of all my brain dumps and then my inbox here. So this is a little bit different than what I have here right now. I kind of switch things around. I put these before I put my perpetual planner right now, but you know, it'll get situated the way I want it. I'm kind of going back and forth. So then I have some reminders just to help me with my brain dump. And then I get into my perpetual planner. So here's my perpetual. So I just have an at a glance and then my perpetual. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly just so that we can move on. But you'll see this a lot on my channel. This is probably the most that you'll see is my catch-all. Okay, I put most of my stuff in here. Then we have my goals section. So this is the goals section. I love to do a lot of, you'll see a lot of layering. And it's really pretty. Okay, so this is, I've tried to use this a million times and I haven't totally successfully used it. But this is 52 weeks 2. It's a dashboard from Jane's agenda. And I'm going to do it this year. So I'm going to get it done. This is what the other side of it looks like. And I just have an extra piece of paper right here right now because I had to take the pictures off of it because I'm going to start over. Okay. Ignore this because this is just inky and messed up. I just have it in there to kind of cover that up for now. Then I have, this is a calendar that Jane gave us in a box. I'm going to use this as my 30-day challenge. So each month I'm going to have a different challenge that I'm going to be doing and I'm going to record it on this lovely month. Then I'm going to do my vision board. This is another little setup that Jane gave us last year. It's really for moments, you know, cherished moments, but I think this will be fine for a vision board. Then I've got some manifesting inserts. This is one from last year that I didn't end up using, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And then it says how I was lucky today. Love it. And then I'm going to use this as my manifestation journaling. And then she gave us some quarterly goal pages. So I'm going to kind of be transferring some of my Makselife. I usually put my Makselife in this little slit. You can't really see it. I'm moving over. In this little slit over here in that pocket. So that is where I put my Makselife and so I can keep up with my goals. So then I have a section here that's going to have my goal section. So these are kind of quarterly. These are going to be monthly / annual goals. And there's like 8 of those. So for each of the areas of life, I'm going to put my goals there. And then I have some project pages. So this is a goal worksheet and some someday. So just breaking things down basically and projects. Okay. So that's what I have that. And then I'm going to put in my ideal routine. So that's this page. All right. So that is my first or my second section, goal section. My third section that we talked about is self-care. So let me get that back out here so you can see. So my self-care section has all of these things in it. And so let's look at my self-care section. So I have a cute little mood tracker. I got this on Etsy. I ordered, I think that came with a group of 16. I'll put down below where that's from because I don't know offhand. And then I have Jane's Agenda dossier. So I've got, it comes with like a vision board and body measurements and all that kind of stuff. Inspirational quotes and habits if you want to. And then it goes into the macros log. So what am I eating? Tracking all that. And I'm on Weight Watchers, so I'll be putting my points in this extra area here. I probably won't focus too much on the calories, although I could focus on these areas: protein, fat, carbs, and calories. I'll probably ignore that, and I usually just write down my points because it's faster. And then it's just easier to focus. I have weekly habits here. Usually I have a routine tracker here. Same thing. She gave us this in a box, so I'm just going to use this as a routine tracker for each day. And then I changed my activity log into more of a self-care log, and I'll show you that when I do the actual setup. But basically I do physical, emotional, and mental self-care, and I track that. So I'm recording what I'm doing for those each day. All right, and then this is new for me this year. I got this on Etsy. It's self-care routines. So I really want to do some skincare stuff this year. So I'm going to write down what I have, mostly Mary Kay because I used to sell it. And then, so the products are here, and then just the routine is going to be on the other side. So following that routine. Then book of the year. I did this last year. This was a lot of fun. I'm in a book club. And so then each month I write down the book that we read, and then there's a winner at the end, which I really think is fun. Bookshelf for all the books that I read in the year. And then these are awesome. These are book reviews from Jane's Agenda. So I love that. And then you can, write down all about the book. This is another Etsy fun. Movies that I want to watch. This is more going to be movies that I did watch. So there's 12 here. And then this is going to get glued together. It's not yet, but it's going to. And then on the back of that is going to be these movies and shows to watch. This is like an ancient Jane's Agenda insert. And then I have 110 self-care ideas. So this I got online. It was on Pinterest, so I'll have to write where I got it from specifically, but it's just some different self-care ideas. I wanted to have this in my planner. I really want to sort it. So at some point, I'm going to sort these into categories of physical, emotional, mental, etc. Just because I really want those, organized in that way so that I can think, what do I need to fulfill right now? Have it in that category and be like, ooh, this would be a good idea to fulfill that. Lunar phases. So I have that in here as well, so I can be using my lunar journal or moon journal. And then this still has the wrapping on it, so don't be upset about it. Okay. So section 4, moving on to section 4. Section 4 is my scheduling section. So this is just my monthlies and my weeklies. Sometimes if I'm super busy, I'll put hourlies in there, or dailies, if you will. But this is what I'm using for now. These are both things that I got on Etsy. So this one, I actually added lines to it. I will put down below the link. But in Canva, I added lines because I couldn't find any that had lines on them. But I really, really, really wanted the lines. But I wanted it to fit an Erin Condren set because I do a lot of stickers on my monthlies. And I mostly have Erin Condren ones that I've bought through Etsy as printables. And then I just cut them out in my Cricut and then decorate it. So I wanted ones that still would fit that. So this does. But I like having the lines on there too. So that's what I did. And Jane's Agenda got rid of hers with lines. And so in the same format anyway. And so I was like, I want to get my own. So I did. This I'm really enjoying. I started using these as my weeklies. I love this layout. This is not Jane's Agenda. This was also an Etsy. I'm loving this because I kind of put what's going on that day as far as scheduled. And then I put my to-do list here. I usually have a lot on my to-do list. I never finish it, but I like to have it written down. I can add some decoration up there. There's a habit tracker here. This is I use as my weekly to-do. This I use as my meal plan. And then of course, same thing over here. Then there's this whole notes section. This I usually use for my work schedule, what I have going on scheduled at work, any notes and things. I don't know. I love this format so far. So is working for me. So I have those in there as well. And then there's a dot grid that I used from Jane's Agenda from a printable that I was given for the back of that, just so that this is like one big piece. So, but even though this says Jane's Agenda, this was from Jane's Agenda when I ordered a printable from her, and as well as this. So I put those on the front and the back, and then in the middle is the Etsy. All right, so I don't want to confuse that. Then we have Faith. That's my Faith section. I have struggled with this section and what to do with it. I kind of debated this year as to whether or not I was going to do a Bible study, a year of in the Bible. There was one that I really, really liked. It had themes with it. I just don't know that I'm going to be able to sustain it. And I don't want to start something that I know from the get-go I'm not going to finish. So I decided against it. In my Faith section, though, however, I just kind of kept it the same. I have these trifolds here. And I do want to start doing better about memorizing verses. So I have some back here from Etsy that were created on a card. So I think that would be really fun to just kind of decorate and maybe go more into a theme, something like that for each one. I don't know yet. Something like that. Then these I use more for, I am part of a Bible study, so I use these for that. And so then I write people I'm praying for and things like that. So you'll probably never see this other than blank because it's very personal for other people, not even me. And then I use these that are old Happy Planner inserts. And so I still am using those. And I kind of love it. So this is from this ancient Happy Planner from Bible study stuff. So I just, since I only use it when I have a Bible study, which is like 2 a year, we basically do. So I've been using this forever and can continue to use it. This has got some extra inserts in the back, but this is really what the inserts look like. And so that's what I've been using. All right. So that's for when I have my Bible study. I'll put those and fill that out. Information about the Bible study while I'm going along. Then in the back there's some notes pages. I'd like to start taking notes on the sermon. It'd be nice. She gives us the sermon written out, so I don't know that I need to take notes, but you learn more when you take notes. So we'll see. Maybe perhaps a goal. Then we've got my home section. And in my home section, I switched it up slightly. This is the quarterly that Jane's Agenda uses. And for that, I actually use this for my kids, for their schedules at school. And then my older son has projects, and so then I create those over here on this side. And when the start date is, and when the due date is, and steps, so that we can break it down together, and then he can put it in his planner broken down. So that really helps him. He's in 8th grade, so that helps. Then I added this task list into this area because there's things that we do once a month, maybe 6 months, whatever, like changing air filters and things like that. I kind of want to add that to this list. So I'm like, okay, I need to do that in January, or these are the extra home things that I need to do during that time. So that's why I put it there. It says 2024. I'm going to get rid of that, put 2025. And then it's got a calendar on the back, you know. And then these are my annual habits. So same kind of thing. I'm going to be using it for the things that I just need to do at different times of the year. Maybe once a year, twice a year, whatever. And writing those in for when I need to use them. So more home-like things. And I just put that in there. I don't know if I'm going to use that or if I'm just going to use the task list. We'll see what works best. Always got to try things out. Then I have the weekly cleaning schedule. This is from Jane's Agenda. Absolutely love it so much. Works really well because I can write down what I need to do for the morning, evening, each day is specific. And that works really well because I like to use the Clean Mama routine. So for the Clean Mama routine, it just breaks things down very easily into, like, Monday you do this, Tuesday you do this. And it just makes it very easy as far as that's concerned. And then you just get in the habits of doing it each day, and then you add to it later on, where you add a monthly focus as well. And so I put these in here as the monthly focuses so that January, I only went up to April because I don't have enough room in my planner for all the things. So for now, I'm just going to keep these in here. And then for January, I'm going to be focusing on, you know, the whole house declutter. And that's just going to be a brief declutter. And I got to focus on the fact that it's only going to be brief because otherwise I get out of control in one area and then I get nothing done. So that's the goal, is to get piece by piece. So the next area is my finance area. I'm just kind of cutting down on that area a little bit. I'm going to have the month, like, this is just going to be our budget per month and just keep this one in here because it pretty much stays the same. And then I'm going to have, this is going to be my business expenses. Again, you're not going to see these because these are personal, so you'll see them blank, and that's about it. And then a debt tracker. And there's 4 of these, but I just put the one for Q1 in there. And then we have notes section. So for my notes section, I have different kinds of notes in there. I have my reference pages, and then I have meeting notes, which is in the front here. Meeting notes. These are all Jane's agendas. And then she's given us different inserts from the past. So I just have this beautiful line, which I felt like kind of goes with the decor that I have in here this month. And then this dot grid. So that I have some notes pages in there. So that is my catch-all and what I'm going to be using. All right, so that is it. This is my plan, my lineup. So the next video you'll see, I will probably put together, you know, just how, like, writing things out and kind of editing things and all that kind of stuff. Maybe decorating a little bit. We'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.